Welcome back everyone. Yes, I have done videos about the stuffed turtle before. In fact, my very first Dying Light video I uploaded to YouTube was about this very subject. However, today I want to talk about whether my method back then is still the method I use now. Because back then I was generally talking about people who wanted to build up their skill tree and really didn't have very powerful weapons or any major abilities at that point. So you wanted to do the easy method without having to fight any zombies and lose health and die over and over again. So, however, now recently I am trying to focus on leveling up my legend level, and it is tedious to just do the 3 packs over and over again, in and out, in and out, in and out for 1 to 2 hours. I mean, yes, it's beneficial in the end, but I wanted to break up the monotony. So yes, you see the zombies in here. That's what we've been trying to avoid the whole time using the old method. So I thought, well, let's break up the monotony and get in there and smash some heads. Obviously, going for all 5 packs is going to take longer, not least because of the locks you have to undo all the time. However, if you're at a reasonable legend level, then slicing through these guys is going to be pretty easy, especially if you've got some decent weapons. Even the bombers, I found that if you just aimed your grappling hook at them, you could just pop them without them getting anywhere near you, which I found was quite fun. Except sometimes you do accidentally drag yourself straight through them, as you can see, which carries some risk. But whilst you'll definitely have more fun doing the 5-pack method, the 3-pack method is a lot quicker, as I said before. I mean, you could be in and out of here with load times in about 1.2 minutes. Whereas doing it this way, you can add at least a minute on top of that, and that doesn't include if you hang around looking for supplies. Now, I decided to add this into my routine every time I did it because farming for craft parts, they're dotted around the map everywhere, but in here it's a bit of a gold mine, to be fair. And sometimes when you open the lockers, you get 2 in each one. As you can see, you can get chemicals, plastics, electronics, duct tape, you name it, it's in there, and it keeps recycling, so it's something different every time. That's normally me done at this point. However, if you are interested, there is a room on the opposite side of the corridor with a hard lock on it. It can trigger virals every time you approach the door though. I mean, if you do look at the top right hand side of the screen, every time I approach the door, boom, another one appears, which can get annoying, to be fair. I think it probably half a dozen times this happened to me on this one occasion alone. I've edited the time in between, but this was literally just one run, I assure you. So that's why I never really bother with this room normally. There are some goodies in there. There's some weapons and some pouches, a couple more lockers to search, but is it really worth the amount of time I'm mucking about? No, not in my opinion. You might want to do it once or twice, but not if you're going to do it 10-20 runs in an hour. You're going to want to get in there and get out, and like I said, the supplies in the other room, easy enough to farm, takes about 20 seconds extra. That's worth it in my opinion, because they do build up quite nicely in your inventory, and you can use them to craft stuff. So yeah, they're worth it. The stuff in these flight cases really isn't, and once you're inside, you'll find that the flight cases themselves also have hard locks on them, which that speaks for itself. So getting back to which method is best, I mean, obviously you're going to be able to do more runs if you just get the 3 packs and don't muck about in here. However, there are some benefits. You don't get the 2,500 XP reward if you only do the 3 packs because you haven't completed the challenge. So obviously just doing the challenge entirely, plus the XP you get for killing all of the zombies on top of the reward, plus the 12,000 XP per disaster relief pack when you trade it in with the quartermaster, it still all mounts up, and yes, it does work out over an hour to be a bit less than if you did the 3-pack version. However, the 3-pack version, as I said in the beginning, does get very tedious. I mean, you can get into a flow, but can you imagine doing 2 hours of literally in 3 packs out, in 3 packs out? At least there's some variation when you've got the zombies, because sometimes they make you laugh, they do things you weren't expecting, and that makes a couple of hours fly by, to be honest. So yeah, for me, this is the way it's going to be done from now on, excluding this room, of course. So doing the 5 packs, getting the supplies from the final room and getting out of there is not the quickest way of doing it. However, like I said, you do get the extra XP for a reward for completing the challenge, and also the XP for defeating the zombies every time. So yeah, I personally think that although it's not going to bag you quite as much XP over a couple of hours, it's still well worth it and makes it a lot less boring. So my verdict at the end of the video is that the original 3-pack method is going to be the best way of doing it if you're new to the game and you're playing through the story, because your survivor rank uses a lot less XP than legend level does, and you'll definitely get to level 25 in no time using the 3-pack method. And there's no risk involved if you leave the zombies alone, because if you leave that door locked, they're not going to get to you. And for the guys doing legend level like myself who want something a little less tedious, then I think the 5-pack method is the way to go. So I hope you liked the video, and if you did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers!